Good morning, everybody. Welcome to today's tarot reading. I hope this resonates with you. I'm just like you and started the new year, so I have new goals. So let's go along on this journey of this new year's together, and I will be trying my hardest to provide daily readings so you can feel connected to the divine, because sometimes it's really reassuring to know that there's someone or something out there, and for me, reading tarot cards kind of validates that I have been, personally growing in my faith every single day, and I hope I can bring that to you. So this is my intention is, what is 2024 going to bring for the people who stumble upon my channel. So let's get these cards shuffled. Oh goodness, okay. We have chopped wood by the book. Ow, I'm sorry, hi. All right. So let's see where this goes. Oh, they're a little jumpy compared to how they usually are. So let's see what messages is going to be coming out. A change in the winds, very like chaos and conflict. Regeneration. So perhaps your life has been fairly, I'm getting like the feeling of you found your flow within all the chaos and the conflict. You've grown from some experiences in 2023, as we all have, but how, it looks like maybe you were burnt out, and you're looking at 2024 as a new plate, a new experience, kind of like how, I am as well with this, the channel. And as you see a change in the wind, for me, this zebra could be metaphoric of like, is it a horse with black stripes? And it's all about kind of like perspective, and how you can still find a home or shelter within how you perceive situations. And then we have another horse, ironically, the zebra, and this is 12 and this is 33. So this looks like a zebra, it looks like a horse, it looks like a giraffe, but it's, kind of falling apart. It's kind of breaking out the shell, and perhaps in 2023, that's what happened to you. You really found who you were amongst like all the different identities that's, kind of forced upon us sometimes. Whether it's work, I have to always be working. I always have to be busy. I always have to be doing the best. And I think in 2024, you're going to be coming out of this. Like, I know who I am. I know my worth. I know exactly where I want to go, especially with this regeneration, because you're kind of like a phoenix right now. You see how underneath, everything's on fire, and they have controlled fires because things grow, vegetation grows more, vibrant and healthy after being burnt. And I think in 2024, if you stumble across this video, that's what's going to happen, is you're going to rise like a phoenix. You found who you are, you found your worth, and so that's going to be really important, and because you are definitely dedicated to being, I don't want to say better, because everyone's amazing in like in how they are and who they are, but I think you're starting to find your footing. So now we can go into like my tarot cards. I have a new system as far as tarot cards, so please bear with me and how I'm figuring all this out. So 2024, a year where you're gonna start actually becoming yourself. You're gonna actually feel comfortable and vibrant and finally be on that path of destiny, because everything's happened for a reason. And if you don't believe in that, then this isn't the channel. If you don't believe in, the universe and God, then this isn't going to be the channel for you. But I do believe that this is a form of communication with my divine, who is Jesus. I'm a Christian, so I think it's all, like I said, about the perspective. You have Ace of Wands, so a new beginning. You've done all the work. So you've been through the swords, you've been through the pentacles, you learned the lessons, and you gained the abundance that you're supposed to have for this new journey. And that's what the Ace of Wands is out for. God is, or the universe is coming and handing you this staff of like, how are you viewing this right now? How are you gonna do it? Like, think of it like a baton race. We have the Knight of Cups. So love, I look at this and I see you fought to love yourself in 2023. You fought to get to where you are. And that's really what's been needed. And then this another gesture, a gesture of, good faith, of like, love yourself, love who you've become, because like I said, there is that divine plan. Oh, we even have death right here. The first card that I've drawn out looks remotely like the Knight of Cups, very close to the Knight of Cups. Like I said, 2 horses, and then the oracle cards, and then 2 horses in the tarot cards. So this shows to me it is about that perspective. It's about that you had to lose parts of yourself. You had to lose things that meant a lot to you to get to where you are. The sacrifices in learning was critical for you to be able to regenerate. Like with the burnt, think of the death that the plants have to go through. There's not like a dead, just like how it's like the marching dead right there. Some night walkers from Game of Thrones. Ow, hold on, I'm so sorry. These things are so I also have to see the Lovers on the bottom. So that's one more. Oh, I see the Lovers again. Okay, well, excuse me. So the Lovers, to me, symbolize, because, it's Gemini. For me, I'm also a Gemini, so I do see the 2 sides. I see the multiple sides of myself. I see the carefree side. I also see, like, that really serious side. It was like, I might joke a lot about, like, my feelings and be self-deprecating a lot, but when it comes to, like, my tone and my voice, and when I actually sit down and I mean business, it's definitely something that people see, and I don't like it when people only see me as that one side. Like I said, with the changing zebras and the horse and the giraffe and the oracle cards and the change in the wind and chaos and conflict, that chaos and that conflict can really just change the perspective of, like, this is how I'm going to approach it. I understand. I've learned, like I said, through the times, how to make this situation beneficial, how to get my voice across. And I feel like that's really something that you have learned in 2023, is how to get your voice across. You're starting to hear your own voice. You're starting to hear, like, your destiny and where you need to be. The Queen of Pentacles. So right now, I think you have the abundance that you need. It might not be the abundance that you want. Maybe perhaps you have a very successful relationship as far as, you know, feeling comfortable, but it's not gaining momentum. Like, you want this person to become your partner, but they're not willing to become the partner. There has to be like, but you've learned a lot from that relationship and how to actually treat a relationship, and you actually found out what you want, and then perhaps maybe they're not aligning to your goals. Perhaps you have a job and you're very successful in your job, but it's not quite exactly what your hopes and your dreams are. Like for me, perhaps, and then with, okay, the Chariot in reverse. So, I mean, I definitely feel like things are going to be taking off and for you in 2024. However, it's going to be all about your perspective. It's going to be all about that, because situations can come in, they're black and white, right? But it takes you to put it into color, to put things into fruition, and to kind of look in between the lines of, what does this mean? What is this lesson that's been given to me? Everything happens for a reason. This heartbreak had to happen so you can learn how to love properly. I had to become broke so I can learn how to manage my pentacles. You know, everything is that lesson. And how are you going to perceive that amongst all the chaos and conflict? How are you going to perceive that when you feel like your ego is dying, like you're not necessarily doing everything you want to? And then we also have the Five of Pentacles, where it's kind of maybe you felt left out a lot. You felt left out of situations. Like, for an example, perhaps you were married and then you got a divorce and you realized like all that hard work was really, what was it for? It was for the knowledge. That's the abundance that you've learned. You learned how to love. You learned what your worth is. You found your abundance within that relationship. Perhaps it was a job that you worked really, really hard. And then once that project is done, they realize they don't need you anymore. Or perhaps you don't feel as accomplished because what is there to do? You can't find that other project to kind of ignite your soul. So perhaps you feel a little bit left out because of that. So you're having to find kind of refuge. To me, this looks like people trying to find goods, and they found a church, and that's kind of like, you know, it's symbolic. Perhaps this is telling to drive to that spiritual side of you that is crucial in kind of what's been guiding you. Okay, I feel like I'm just rambling. I'm so sorry. And so then let me get out this. Oh no, that's not the right thing. Oh goodness. Okay, here we go. So let's get some clarification. So what I see right now is you have learned a lot. You've gained a lot. You have this offering from the universe, but how are you going to perceive this offering? How are you going to look between the lines? Because everything appears to be black and white, but you have to see the undertones of like, what could this mean? But don't overthink it. Don't overthink of, you know, like if a job is done, that you're done. If a relationship is done, you're done. It is a birth of a new you with that knowledge, for you to like finally start to bring all of your assets and everything that you are and that you have together, so you're no longer having to be left out. You realize that they are gifts. Okay. Wisdom. So you've gained a lot of wisdom through this. I mean, you've learned, like I said, who you are and you're learning about who you are and what your purpose is. Oh my goodness, this one wants to come out. The truth. You're learning the truth about who you are and who, what you're going to be capable of. And I love how both of them, it's the back is turned, looking off, because it's not always what's right in front of you. Like I said, it's in between the lines. You have to seek. You have to kind of go out of your comfort zone. So, authority. In 2024, you're going to learn that you have the authority over your life. The key to manifestation is actually doing it, right? It's not just, oh, I want this, and you're going to pray about it and you're going to meditate on it. It's actually having the authority of getting it done by doing it. The manifestation is going to help lead the way and giving you insight, those thoughts that randomly just appear, the actual opportunity, how your stories align in your mind versus what's in real life. You have the authority. It's the authority over your life, because I believe in 2024 that the connection that you've built with your divinity in 2023 is really going to show that you have the power. And then we have 5 times 4 is 20. And we have 6, which is moving on. Moving on from what, I've seen new beginnings at the bottom too. So moving on from the hurt, moving on from the expectations, the moving on from seasons. See how over here it's black and cloudy. It looks like leaves are falling, and it looks like it's like fall leaves, and over here it's sunny and bright green leaves, because it's no longer the season. It's a different season. It's a different time in their life, and that they're ready to move on because they have the wisdom and the truth, and finally the authority to kind of start the new beginnings. They have that authority over their life. And so that definitely sounds like, if that resonates with you, then congratulations. Congratulations on this new time in your life. Oh, goodness. Okay. We got 8 of Wands. So once again, that wisdom that's been gained. The 6 of Wands. Okay. Okay, the Ace of Pentacles and the 7 of Swords. So the Ace of Pentacles is in reverse. 8 of Wands. So we have 7, 6, 7, 8. We have the start of the Pentacles. All right, I want to get 2 more. 2 more, please. 2 more, please. All right. The 3 of Wands. 1 more, please. 1 more, please. Okay. And then we have the Queen of Swords in reverse. Okay. So the way how I'm viewing this is the amount of how this was a journey, and that there's some parts of the journey that probably really crushed you. And it's hard for you to look at the experience that you've had in 2023 as a fruitful one, and that you have your guard up, and that you're extremely independent. But it's to a detriment. It's to the point where you're not allowing those new beginnings because you're dwelling. You feel you always have to protect yourself. The 7 of Swords, I feel like you are your worst enemy. You are your best friend. It's how you, like I said, you view the situations. I think you've laid down a lot, though, and you have sacrificed, and you've been through the battles. but those battles is what's leading to the Pentacles. But how are you viewing it? With the 6, 8, 6, and 3 of Wands, it shows that wisdom that you've gained through it. You took this learning experience and you're gonna run with it. You're like, I'm not sure what I'm doing, but I'm giving it up. I definitely see that happening in 2024, where you're just like, things just keep piling on. But once you give yourself the authority to let go and release, because you see the wisdom, I definitely think that's going to be beneficial, and that's going to be important for you. That's how that wisdom, I definitely think that, because right now it can just, like I said, just be that self-deprecating kind of mentality, and it's not necessarily, I don't want to say wisdom. You look at it and it's perhaps a little condescending, a little bit sarcastic. You're like, yeah, I always bring myself back up though by myself, but you're starting to realize maybe it's not just all by yourself. Okay, here we go. Let me take some of these too. Okay. Enlightenment. Yep. Because, I look at it, not everyone has that great, look how it's a child looking up to the man. Not everyone has a great childhood where they're taught the basic skills. Not everyone has a great adulthood, and they kind of feel like that child and that they're not in control. But this child is looking up to this man. Perhaps that's him as a child, and he's like, if only you knew, if I can go back in time. But I think this enlightenment is showing you that right now it is your time to kind of seek help from yourself. Just let go of that ego. Stop looking back, because you've already been there. You learned what you needed to learn. Look ahead. Look at where you're going to be going. Who do you want that person to be? What would you like that person, who you are in 10 years, to tell you? Or 30 years? Oh, honey, I wish I never would have wasted time thinking about all those days, and I could have been thinking about the tomorrows. But in a good way, not in a sad way. What do I want to do with those tomorrows? Not those yesterdays. Sorry, I'm weird. Okay. Where'd it go? Trickery. Trickery. So, we all have those, I don't want to say demons, but we all have those things that come and try to ruin our progress. We all have, those, for me, it's smoking cigarettes. I quit. I have days where I'm just like, I'm stressed, and I'm like, I know I can smoke one and be done now, but what if one day I can't? Look, why would you risk a whole collection for one thing? All your hard work, just for, like, think of, you're going out drinking with your friend, and then all of a sudden you get a DUI. All that hard work, or you've been sober for 40 days, and then you go out one night with that one friend who always just say, oh, don't worry, you've been so good. Oh, it takes this one day. Would you rather be sober for 41 days or have to start all over again? That was for some, but that one's for me. A miracle. You're going to start looking at life in a different way once you start to realize, like, the world is trying to trick us for our downfall. The world doesn't want us to be successful. God wants us to be successful. The universe wants us to be successful, but society and culture doesn't want us to be successful. Sometimes, I don't want to say an absolute, But when you start going to yourself and not forgetting and not caring what other people say or think, and you're just true to yourself, that's when the miracles happen. Because this tree, right before, was cut down, and maybe it was turned into paper, and it's where your book is, and you're finally like, oh my gosh, I finally enlightened to what that book is, and I'm not being tricked by my mindset saying, oh, I'm not able to do it. But kind of like that butterfly effect, where that tree where your book was supposed to be written on is finally cut down, and everything happens for a reason. Start looking at life, how every moment is a sweet little miracle, and then look into the little details and look at how they're a gift, and then things will start to kind of flow in a better sense. Expansion, exactly. Gonna start expanding. You're gonna start expecting, when you look at those miracles, you're gonna start seeing them, and how even the breath, like sometimes when I'm outside and there's a breeze, it just feels different. I don't know how to say that without sounding like crazy to some people, but it does feel kind of like I was meant to be in that moment at that time. And there's other times where it's like, I need to get out of here because something just doesn't feel right. When you expand your mind and you expand your perception of what things could mean, I definitely see you being more fruitful with your abundance, and you starting to realize that you have the whole world inside of you. Literally, she has the whole world inside of her. So I'm gonna get one more. Acceptance, yeah, cool. Renewal. And a workaholic. I think you're gonna find something new to start focusing your attentions on. You've been giving and giving and giving and giving. That is time for you to just accept it's your time. It's time for you to be that phoenix. You burnt out, and now it's time for you to create, to begin that new chapter. Oh well. All right. What is going to be starting new in 2024? What's going to be starting new in 2024? The High Priestess, like I said, opening up your gifts, opening up your mind to the divine, into life. You're going to start opening up and seeing those little miracles that's around you, and the world in reverse. Wow. So it's about to start. It's about to start. It's about to, it depends on you. And when you're ready to accept the fact that you don't have to be a workaholic in that sense of feeling like you're working, and that it's going to be a new passion. Okay. Where'd it go? Here it goes. Ow, no. And then we have the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups, I see the Four of Cups as, beginning of, love, and realizing, is this what I'm supposed to do? Is this who I'm supposed to be with? Is this what the purpose is? And in that process, you start to find out what you're supposed to have, who you're supposed to be. Sometimes people turn out to be little rats, and some people turn out to be the cups, where your cup is always overflowing, where you're always welcome. Other places, they only come to you to get the cheese. But you have that gift of the High Priestess in the world. You have that knowledge that you've gained through all the wands. I love how we had the Ace of Wands, and then we have the Queen of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles, right? And then we have the Queen of Swords. So it's the only cards that we have when I was talking about for the lessons were the wands. Everything else there's Ace. We have the Ace of Pentacles, but we have that almost completed with the Queens. We didn't get the Kings because you still have to learn. It's not completed. You're just gaining the wisdom, but the timeline is not complete. But to complete it, it will be extremely successful. Okay. Oh my goodness. Oh, it's popping. Everything's straight popping. Okay. I'm just gonna do this. You got, no, Pentacles, the 4 Pentacles. You have the Son of Wands, and then Daughter of Swords. So 2 cards we already have. We have the Knight of Wands, I do believe. Oh, we have the Knight of Cups. So the Wands, like I said, we got the Daughter of Swords, which is the Queen of Swords. We do have that card, but we have the, so like I said, it's symbolic of these are the lessons that you've learned, and how are you going to put them into your life. All right, I'm going to take from the bottom the 2 of Swords. I do believe you already had the 2 of Swords. Was that the 2 of Swords right here? It's the 6 of Wands. Oh, anyways. But, oh, we have the 7 of Swords. And I see Ace of Wands on the bottom again. And I see the Mother of Wands, which you already had. We have, you see this? The 3. So it's telling the story. This is just verifying that there is that story, that you've learning the lessons, and that, you know, the Pentacles have been prominent in your life, and how everything's just kind of circling back, and how you can't get out of that cycle. You can't get out of a cycle. In 2024, you know, you're being gifted with the insight of what is the world, like, trying to think the right words, that you are the, yeah, you know, is that a lion? Or is that a tiger? I don't know. Both are very dominant in their kingdoms, and this is your kingdom. This is your world. You don't have to have it keep circling back. You've had the experiences. You know, we had the Ace of Wands and all the way to the Queen of Wands. So it just shows the progression of the story. Okay, I feel like I'm rambling now. So let's see. Oh boy. No, I don't really want to do those. Don't really want to do that. So let's see what kind of messages are going to be coming for 2024 as far as, you know, what to look out, or just, I don't want to say pray, but manifest and think about. Okay. 7 heavenly virtues, key to goodness. I think since you've been so keen on yourself, and that you're working so hard on yourself, that you have become, I don't want to say virtuous, but good. And the universe is going to be working in your favor, because you are open. You're going to be open, and you're going to be like, what's out there for me? And you're going to keep exploring. But since you have such good values, because of how much you've learned in your life, and the wisdom that you've gone through, you're going to see how pure the universe is the God's intention is for you, and how you're able to reach that divine, moving forward, getting ready for positive change. This is the 3rd, that you're going to move forward, and that you're going to open it's going to have a whole new life, positive change. I don't want to say whole new life, but you're going to see positive change within yourself, within your surroundings, within your virtues even. You're going to, the more you manifest and the more you pray, the more your new phase in your life is going to be positive and not so burning down so much. You know, it doesn't feel like it's going to kill you. It's not like you're losing yourself. You're going to be gaining from yourself. And because you're going to be thankful, be grateful for all that you have. Even right now, like I said, if your abundance feels like it's just you're going from poor to doing okay, to being, you know, comfortable, but making some poor decisions, and it's kind of like a loop. Like, oh, I have saved up all this money to buy this one thing, and now that I have that one thing that I saved up my money for, you're like, I don't know. I don't know if that's really what you should have done. But being grateful for the experience, I think, is key. Okay, one more, please. And celebration. Let go and have fun. Just being yourself. Letting go. Let God. And then you're being able to just release. You know, give thanks, release, and just celebrate the things that come to you, because, I mean, they're meant for you. So let's just do some final readings. I kind of go back and do one card for each. And then I do a kind of the devil. For me, the devil, I mean, it is more of like your temptations. What's tempting you? What's going to stop you? What is going to stop you? Be aware of that. See how it's the goat is starting to catch on fire, just like the tree, just like here's another one in here that had the fire. It's because if you start going into the things that make you virtueless, not being grateful for everything that you have, not celebrating what you have, and you start dwelling on the things that you don't have, or I should have done that, why did I follow my instincts, because everything happens for a reason. When you start to allow the enemy to come in and start doubting, that's when you're not going to become successful and have that movement forward. When you're not accepting and you're only pushing. So okay. Let's see. Self-worth, knowing your self-worth, not letting the people who have been in your life lately bring you down. You're going to be strong and realize that all along it has been the universe teaching you as you go, telling you what you should and shouldn't do. And all those times that you felt like have dived you into a hole, were you being true to yourself? Or were you just being true to those things around you? Were you being true to that scared part of yourself? Were you being true to the part that's brave? Or were you being that little girl, you know, like the enlightenment? Were you being that little boy talking to your older self? I just want to be able to live comfortably, but you're not doing anything to do that. Like I said, with the pentacles, you're going around and around. It's just you're not moving forward until you're able to get on that. Oh, we got the High Priestess again. We got the Star. So with how many major arcana cards, I definitely feel like this is a change for 2024. It's a change in your power. It's a change of how, like I said, you view the relationship with the universe. So, yeah, you've probably felt trapped, especially, like I said, with the chaos. You're trapped within that chaos. You don't know how to get out. You're conflicted inside of how to get out of that chaos. You're conflicted of how do I go with the wind, because the wind is, dragging me away. It's a freaking tornado in here. But you've learned, like Dorothy, everything was just a dream, right? No, I'm kidding. Once you finally get released from that fear, Yeah. Okay. Is when it starts to open up and start to make more sense. Okay. I really feel like doing this. Okay. Oh boy. And then we have the 5 of Wands. So we have the 6 of Wands. I think we have a lot of wands. Like I said, it's that progression of that story of how you're learning, how you battle with yourself and the stuff that you have learned. Like, it doesn't feel comfortable sometimes. But you learn that feeling uncomfortable and having to fight with the people who you love is important, because that's able to push out the people who aren't supposed to be in this next phase. Like, parts of me, just parts of me feel like I can't be successful, because if I actually go pursue my dreams, how will that interact with, because I'm a single mom, how will that conflict with my relationship with my son? How, if I become successful in the way how I want to, how will my family not come for me and ask for A, B, and C? What's that one song? I have that one song that's stuck in my head right now. Shoot! That's gonna bother me, but for some reason the seven of cups. Like I said, of that love. What is the love? What is you're gonna find it, because each cup is a different lesson, and that you have to go through all these lessons to finally understand what that love is. All right, so let me, the 3 of Pentacles. Remember, I do believe we have, is it the 5 of Pentacles? We do have this. So once again, that story that's being told. Oh, Cups again, and the Fool again. I definitely feel like all this is being told for a reason. That all this is coming out as the story to kind of just validate, like, those feelings that you've been having, to move on. It is definitely time to actually listen. And if you don't listen, you're going to just be trapped. You're going to repeat the story over and over and over and over and over again until you're literally insane. So, I'm starting to get hungry. My goodness. Okay. So let's see. Building blocks. Exactly. You've built all the blocks, all the lessons, all the heartbreak, the experiences, the times where you're just like, oh no, I shouldn't have done that. Like how they're different colors. So that means, one, perhaps you're learning, and you're getting different materials. As you get older, you get different materials and different situations in your life. So we have orphaned. Perhaps you feel that way. And fork in the road, and you felt like you had nowhere to go. But this is the universe saying you have the whole universe to explore. You have, orphaned again. All right, let's see what's on the bottom. Exchanging gifts. So if you give out to the universe what you have, the universe will give it back to you tenfold. So I really hope this resonated with you. This is my first video. I will be getting better. Sorry, my face is all up like this sometimes. So I hope you come back. I hope this resonated. And I hope you have a wonderful new year.